Welcome to Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. I am so grateful you are here. Guys, I just turned 27 years old. So today I wanted to film a quick episode for you where I share with you 27 things that I have learned in 27 years, because I personally love listening to these kinds of episodes when people, share 5 lessons they've learned in 5 years of business, or, 27 things they've learned in 27 years of their life. So here I am doing the very same for you. These are lessons that have really supported me on my journey, and I must be getting old because 27 was a lot. So I can't imagine the next few years we've got to go through. But let's dive on in. Number 1, what you focus on grows. Number 2, life is happening for you and not to you. This statement here changed my life many years ago when I was really struggling. Lesson number 3, self-responsibility is your superpower. So if you want power to make decisions and trust yourself and move forwards and own your life and your results, that starts with self-responsibility. Lesson number 4, focus on the journey, not the destination, as it's the journey where you will be spending most of your time. Number 5, if you are struggling, find the lesson in what is happening so that you can grow and move forwards. So whenever I'm going through a challenge, big or small, I am looking for lessons, because I know if I get the learning as to why this is happening in my life, or how this is happening for me, or what the bigger purpose of, or how I can find peace in what's going on, I know that that's what's going to give me peace and allow me to move forwards. And that's personally really supported me on my journey. Number 6, it's not about reaching your goals and more about who you become in the process. And this is coming from someone who absolutely used to anyways identify as a huge overachiever, ambitious goal setter. And don't get me wrong, I still love and am all of those things, but I'm just that without the attachment or the lack of feeling worthy or good enough. I do feel good enough, and so the goals and the achievement of it isn't to feel this need of feeling good enough, and more to expand my growth. Alrighty, let's go to the next one. So number 7, who you are being is actually more important than what you are doing. It is your energy, it is your being that matters. Number 8, what you celebrate expands. And this is coming from someone who absolutely used to never, ever acknowledge or celebrate anything that I did. Nothing was ever good enough, and I was so hard on myself. Whereas now I celebrate absolutely everything, and I have found that it has absolutely changed my business and my life. Like everything just expands because of it. Where are we up to? Number 9, proximity is power. So invest in people and environments that support where you want to be. Like, you are who you spend the most time with. That is how important your proximity is. And so you want to be intentional with that, whether that's, investing in a mastermind, investing in a gym, going to certain meetup groups where you are surrounded by like-minded people doing big things, because you are going to become like those people. Number 10, the secret to true fulfillment is detachment. I learned this at a meditation retreat many years ago. After 10 days of meditating for 12 hours a day, absolute silence, didn't talk to a single person, didn't say a single thing out loud, just meditated all day, every day. And I learned that the only way to truly feel inner peace is through detaching, to the point that I got a ring made that I wore on my finger for like 4 years straight. Okay, so where are we up to? So number 11, consistency is key. That one's quite self-explanatory. Number 12, your darkest moments in your life can become your greatest gifts. Also known as, like, you can turn your pain into your power. And it absolutely has been the case for me. Number 13, trust yourself fully. Number 14, pour time, love, and energy into what is most important to you. So you want to pour your time, your love, and energy, and your money even into what you value the most, so that it can grow. Just like if we want plants in our garden to grow, we have to water it. And if we don't, it's going to die. And so if you say, for example, you care about your business, then you need to act accordingly with your time, with your energy, with your love, and with your money. Whereas if you neglect it, you're not consistent, you don't invest in it, whatever the things might be, then don't expect if the business dies or doesn't flourish. Okay. Number 15, it is safe and okay to let go of people and situations in order to create space for better and new. And, this was a really tough lesson for me to learn. I really used to struggle with letting go of people, and I used to really struggle letting go of situations. I would hold on to things, more of that anxious attachment style, and it caused me a lot of pain. And so I'm really grateful that I have now moved through that. Number 16, it is safe and possible to have it all: the love, the wealth, the impact, the fun, the freedom, and the vitality. I used to think that you couldn't have it all. You could have your business, but then you couldn't have your health. Or you could have your relationship, but then you couldn't have your health, or whatever it might be. I used to believe that one had to cost the other. And, that caused a yo-yo of experiences and emotions. And I no longer believe that to be true. I believe that it is possible and it is safe to have it all. And ever since I've adopted that belief and really anchored into it, it has been my reality. As I said, it was my birthday yesterday, and the amount of love I felt from myself, from my family, from my friends, from my partner, from random strangers I've never spoken to, I just felt so much love. I also worked on my health and my wellness all day yesterday. On my birthday, I went to the gym, I went for a walk, I got a massage, I got a facial, I went in the sauna, I went in the cold plunge, I did a gym class. I did all of these things because I prioritize my health, and so I felt really good in that regard. I also signed clients yesterday on my birthday and had a lot of reoccurring revenue coincidentally come in on my birthday. Yesterday was a prime example, but this is the case most days, I would say, where I really got to experience having it all, and I could just hold it and enjoy it and live and breathe it. And wow, I'm super, super grateful. Okay, number 17, the quality of your life will come down to the quality of your relationships. Relationships are my top priority, my top value, my intimate relationship with Geordie, my relationship with myself, the relationship with my friends, my team, and my clients. If I pour love and time and energy into that, I know that that's going to support me in all of the ways. Materialistic things and money and all that means nothing if you don't have your relationships. Number 18, the challenges in your life will make you stronger and wiser. Number 19, if you want something in your life, become an energetic match for it and it will come. So we are only going to attract situations and people and circumstances and things in our life if we are a match for it consistently. So that more often than not piece is really important here. So if you want something, become an embodiment of it and watch it come into your reality. Number 20, self-love, confidence, and belief will unlock everything you desire in your life. This one I learned from my grandma, who drilled it into my mind. Self-love, self-love, self-love. All she would ever say is the most important thing is you've got to love yourself. And so that one's a really strong lesson for me, as it's so, so true. Number 21, focus on cultivating friendships and relationships with those who are there for you unconditionally. That's the key word there, in the good times and the bad times. So, the girls that I was friends with in school, they were great when your life was shitty and terrible and you were unhappy, but the moment you were doing quote unquote better than them or happier than them or more successful than them, they would tear you down. And it was such an unhealthy environment to be in, and I feel so sorry for them that is how they go about their life, where they just talk badly about their quote unquote friends. And that is the environment that I was around for a very long time, throughout school, but in particular it was after school. And now, I'm obviously not friends with those people anymore, because I became aware from experiencing other friendships and people that was not normal or healthy, and I didn't feel energized. Instead, I felt drained. It didn't feel normal to me to talk about other people that we're meant to be friends with just because they weren't in the room in that moment. And so that was such an unhealthy time in my life when it came to friendships, because that if people are talking about their friends, in a negative light when they're not there, then you know that they're absolutely doing the same about you as well. And so that just felt so wrong to me. So letting go of those people in my life was probably one of the best things I've ever done. And it was really hard in the beginning, like choosing to walk away from all of your, again, quote unquote friends. You can barely call them friends, but walking away from that was really difficult because there was a period where I felt like I didn't really have many friends. I thankfully had my partner. I thankfully am very close with my family, and I thankfully had a few friends, absolutely. But I didn't have this big one group anymore. But I'm glad that I, stayed true to my values and I was willing to prioritize that. And now I have the greatest friendship group you could ever ask for. No one talks negatively about anyone. Everyone can hold people's levels of expansion and wealth and celebrate that so boldly. And I've never felt so unconditionally loved by friends. And, they are there in the good times and the ugly times and everything in between. And that is the nicest feeling to do that. And obviously, if you want that in your life, it's so important that you yourself are that person. You are that friend for other people as well. And it's been really beautiful to witness, and I'm so forever grateful. So that is where that lesson has really come from. Like, now I do not allow anyone in my life unless they are there in both the times, because you will experience both in your life many, many, many times. And if you feel like you can only go to some people when you're struggling, or you can only go to some people when everything's good so they don't have to hold your darkness, then that's not really a great quality friend. Okay, number 22. Focus on progress over perfection. And this is coming from your perfectionist Virgo over here that absolutely loves things to be perfect and organized and neat and all of the things. However, it's so important that we take messy, uncomfortable action so that we can move forwards and just focus on the progress. Number 23, growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Number 24, forgiveness towards yourself and others is the greatest gift you could give yourself. Let it go. Number 25, never give up on your goals and dreams, no matter what, if it's important to you. So I think there's a time and place where quote unquote giving up is important and necessary. However, if it's a dream of yours, if you think about it all day, every day, it's what you want more than anything, then it is such a disservice and a failure to let go of it and to give up on it because it's not working. Like, find a way, invest in support, get creative, lean in more, have discipline, change your habits, transform yourself. Don't give up on the things that matter to you. I see so many people settle in their life because that's quote unquote more comfortable in the moment, but actually it caused them so much long-term pain because they're not fulfilled. They're just settling in life, and I don't want you to do that. So never give up on your goals, because I promise you it's possible for you. My life is completely unrecognizable from just a few years ago, and that's because I never gave up, even when I did not have evidence that my current reality today would ever be mine. Number 26, you can completely transform your life with the right strategy and the right support. And I don't mean this just from a business lens. I mean, there's a strategy for everything in life. There is a strategy for having healthy relationships and friendships. There's a strategy for your health. Like, there are formulas, there are step-by-step processes. There are strategies that help. Just like there's a strategy to bake a cake. The order and the way in which you do it will dictate the outcome of the cake, right? And so there's a strategy for everything. And so when you have the right strategy and you have the right support every step of the way, you can completely transform your life. Just like if you want to transform your body, having a PT, that's support, and that PT has the strategy. And if you're implementing that, that's what's going to allow you to transform your health and your vitality and your body, right? And so this is very, very important, and it's absolutely been the case for me in my business, but in all honesty, in every area of my life, I have support in all of the areas. And number 27, this is something that my partner says to me a lot whenever I'm struggling or having a bad day or a bad moment. And he always says, everything is going to be more than okay. And as someone who can feel anxious, hearing that is just so regulating and soothing. and it means so much to me. So I wanted to save that one for last. Everything is going to be more than okay. So not just okay, but more than okay. And I can't tell you how soothing that is. So I wanted to share that one with you as well. So they are my 27 lessons or things that I've learned in 27 years. They all have a very special place in my heart, and they've come from a significant moment or memory. And yeah, I wanted to share these little golden nuggets of wisdom with you. If you had one in particular that really landed for you, please share it on your Instagram stories and tag me at Sofia Rose Bernardi. I would really appreciate it, or come message me. I love seeing the faces of the people that are listening to the podcast. It means so much to me. I love you, and I'll see you next week. If you thoroughly enjoyed this episode, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. Your support fuels our mission to bring you even more valuable content each week. It truly means the world to me. My promise to you is that if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then I'll continue making incredible episodes every week that help you to grow and scale your coaching business. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.